Hi, I'm John Andrew O'Keefe. I'm continuing my goal of covering all of the 101 Zen Koans, beautiful ancient Japanese texts meant to teach the art of Zen Buddhism. My goal is to try to explain what's going on in the text. If there's enlightenment going on, I'm going to try to explain what the enlightenment actually is. I understand that can be difficult because enlightenment can be a subjective experience. Nevertheless, I'm going to attempt to explain it. I did number 1 last time. I was actually trying to record number 2, but I kept screwing it up because it's a long one, so I'm going to jump to number 3. And as I get better at speaking in these, I will jump back to number 2 and do it. I will do that, but my goal is to try to get all 101, perhaps within a year. I don't know at this point, but I want to do all of them. So here's number 2, and number 2 is called, Is That So? The Zen master, Hakuin, was praised by his neighbors as one living a pure life. A beautiful Japanese girl, whose parents owned a food store, lived near him. Suddenly, without any warning, her parents discovered she was with child. This made her parents angry. She would not confess who the man was, but after much harassment, at last she named Hakuin. In great anger, the parent went to the master. "Is that so?" was all the master would say. After the child was born, it was brought to Hakuin. By this time, he had lost his reputation, which it did not trouble him, but he took very good care of the child. He obtained milk from his neighbors and everything else he needed. A year later, the girl mother could stand it no longer. She told her parents the truth. The real father of the child was a young man who worked in the fish market. The mother and father of the girl at once went to Hakuin to ask forgiveness, to apologize at length, and get the child back. Hakuin was willing. In yielding the child, all he said was, "Is that so?" So obviously this is a Zen master who has done something very difficult to do. One of the most difficult things to do is accept things as they come. Accept things as they come to us without resistance, without hesitation. And he does this very beautifully in this koan. Instead of resisting and saying, "This is not my child, screw off," he just goes with it. He doesn't resist the friction there. He's comfortable with life leading him where he needs to go. His phrase, "Is that so?" it's a question that he's asking, but at the same time, it's sort of in a it's almost a question that he's asking the people. In one sense, he's asking the people, "Is that so?" Because the truth is, in these situations, in the first example, it's not so. It's not really his child. In the second part, when they ask for forgiveness, apologize, he yields the child and says, "Is that so?" again. And it's brilliant. It's like, regardless of what, regardless if there's truth coming at him or if there's untruth coming at him, his response is the same, because in the second example there is truth coming at him. In the first example, it's not true. So regardless of the fact, it doesn't faze him one way or the other. He's centered completely in who he is. He's centered in the moment, and he's centered in the reality and the present moment of who he is. And that's why he's a master. He's completely in the moment, and he's not troubled by truth or untruth. He just is. And that's the beauty of this koan. Thank you for watching. There'll be more. I'll just do them as they come, and stay tuned.